In a cozy little village nestled at the edge of an enchanting forest lived a little kitten named Oliver. His fur was as soft as the morning clouds, and his eyes sparkled like stars in the night. Oliver was ever so playful, scampering here and there, with his little paws always ready for fun and frolic. His favourite spot was the village playground, a vibrant canvas of swings, slides and sandboxes where laughter echoed like a sweet melody. One breezy afternoon, Oliver was busy rolling his brightly coloured marbles across the sandbox. They danced about, glistening in the sun, and he giggled with glee. But whenever it was time to say goodbye to his playtime, Oliver would leave a trail of scattered toys in his wake. "Oliver, you must tidy up." The wise old owl, perched on the playground's mighty oak, often hooted. But Oliver shrugged the advice off each time, his whiskers twitching with defiance. "It's not my job to clean up," he replied with a playful flick of his tail, bounding off to his next game. The next day, while the morning dew still kissed the grass, an old hedgehog named Hazel arrived at the park. Hazel was new to the village and had taken on the duty of park cleaner. Her quills were lined with years of wisdom, and her tiny spectacles perched precisely on her snout. But today her gentle eyes widened in disbelief at the sight before her, a playground overrun with toys scattered like autumn leaves. "Oh dear, this won't do," Hazel sighed, gathering the village animals for an urgent meeting. "We must speak about this growing mess," she announced, her voice calm yet firm, hoping to stir a sense of duty in everyone. Meanwhile, Oliver, blissfully unaware, scampered back to his usual spot, eager to play. When he reached for his favourite ball, his paws found nothing but an entanglement of forgotten playthings. "Where is my ball?" he meowed, frustration bubbling like a storm. As the sun rose higher, a peculiar hush fell over the playground. Children from the village, usually buzzing around with energy, seemed more reluctant to play amid the clutter. Oliver noticed their absence, his ears drooping slightly with a hint of worry. "Why isn't anyone here to play today?" he wondered aloud, glancing around the silent playground. Suddenly his heart ached a little, a curious feeling he hadn't felt before. That evening, as the sky turned to a palette of pinks and purples, Oliver sat on a swing, his paws resting on the cool chain. His mind wandered back to the owl's wise words and the hedgehog's concerned murmurs. The once joyful chorus of laughter felt like a distant memory without his friends there to share it with him. Back home, Oliver sprawled across his cosy bed, staring at the ceiling, thinking deeply. The thought of the empty playground kept him awake, and for the first time he wondered if maybe, just maybe, he had a part to play in fixing what was broken. The next morning, a gentle beam of sunlight peeked through Oliver's window, nudging him awake. With a newfound resolve stirring inside his little heart, he trotted back to the playground. The air was still fresh but carried a sense of quiet, the kind that whispers tales of yesterdays. Oliver stood there, paws fidgeting, surveying the scene of disarray. Toys lay abandoned in the grass like forgotten echoes of joy. Taking a deep breath, Oliver whispered to himself, "I must make this right." With determination sparkling in his eyes, he began to gather the scattered marbles, each one a tiny orb of colourful dreams, placing them gently back into their box. He fetched balls from under bushes, stacked blocks neatly, and lined up the toy cars that had once made tracks in the sand. As he moved about, a feeling of satisfaction bloomed within him. spreading warmth from his whiskers to his tail. Just then, Hazel the hedgehog appeared, her nose twitching with curiosity. "What's this, Oliver?" she asked in surprise, watching him work so diligently. Oliver looked up, his cheeks flushed with cheer. "I wanted to make the playground nice again so everyone can come back and play," he confessed, his voice soft but sincere. Hazel nodded approvingly, her wise eyes twinkling behind her tiny spectacles. "Thank you, Oliver. Cleanliness helps us all enjoy this space, and together we can make it even better," she said gently, her quills rustling with kindness. The scene did not go unnoticed by the other animals. Slowly, hesitant paws joined Oliver. First the curious squirrel, then the giggling rabbits, and even the watchful owl swooped down. Together they tidied up the playground, each contributing in their small way, restoring the vibrancy of the place they all loved. Harmony returned to the swing of the seesaws and the tunnels of the slides. As the group finished, Hazel stepped back, beaming at the carefully organized space. "This looks wonderful," she cheered, clapping her tiny paws together. Oliver felt his heart swell with pride, knowing he had helped bring everyone back together. With the playground now sparkling clean, the sunshine seemed to shine a little brighter, as if smiling down upon the village. Laughter once again filled the air, weaving between the trees like a joyful melody. Oliver sat on the grass, watching his friends play, a gentle breeze ruffling his fur. The once deserted playground had transformed back into a lively place, and the joy in the air was contagious. Just then, the wise old owl hooted from her perch high above. "Oliver, it seems you've learned something important," she said, her voice warm with approval. Oliver nodded, feeling a lot wiser than before. "Yes," he replied. "I understand now that keeping our playground clean is important so everyone can enjoy it." As Oliver spoke, a group of young ducklings waddled over, their tiny feet pattering softly on the ground. "Thank you for making the playground nice again, Oliver," quacked the smallest duckling, his bright eyes full of gratitude. Oliver's heart swelled with happiness as he realized his efforts had brought smiles to many little faces. Hopping down from her observation spot in the oak tree, the owl nodded in agreement. "You see, Oliver," she began wisely, "a clean space is like a blank canvas where fun can paint its picture. It's not only about putting things away, but also about taking care of what we have." The afternoon passed in a blur of games and laughter, and as the sun began to dip, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, the animals gathered around Oliver. They praised his determination and the way he had inspired them all to work together. Oliver felt a warmth in his chest, knowing he had helped restore a sense of community. As they all parted ways, Hazel waved a fond goodbye. "Remember, Oliver, cleanliness is a shared responsibility, and together we can make everything bright and wonderful," she said with a gentle smile. Oliver nodded, understanding now how his simple actions had made a big difference. This wasn't just about cleaning, it was about caring and working together for the joy of everyone around. From that day on, Oliver never forgot to tidy up. He had learned that while playing was fun, taking care of his surroundings brought even greater happiness. And so the village thrived, its laughter echoing through the forest, a bright reminder that when everyone takes responsibility, any space can become magical.
If you enjoyed this story, leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future content.